relationships. Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and with me is my beautiful wife and star of the show, Corey Silva.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty, Silva Lending, Silva Property Management, and Happy Nest Holdings. We're super excited to have you all here with us today. Thank you so much for showing up and showing your support. We appreciate you. Well, do you remember? It's the first week of September, y'all. That means it's fall, right?
Now, is it fall? When's the actual start of fall?
No, fall doesn't start yet. I'm sorry to burst your bubbles. But the triple digit weather is behind us, right?
Oh, boy. So all I know is I was looking at some memories on the phone the other day, and last year around this time, it was pouring rain.
Yes, I wish we could go back to those days because guess what? We are in the middle of a heat wave all this week. Temperatures are set to hit 110 degrees tomorrow. That's crazy.
Now,
It's
a
hot.
lot of people like the summer, right? They don't want it to end. Now, would you prefer this 110-degree weather or stormy weather and rain all week? If you
I mean, a little bit of rain is fine with me.
I love the rain.
I want my garden to thrive.
I want to see green everywhere.
Yes. Well,
Come
sorry.
on, rain.
It's nice and hot out there for you. It's not going to happen.
You know, I haven't even been out the house except this morning to drop off the kids at school.
Well, it's hot. It was hot at that time. It was almost 90 degrees on that hill walking back up, and it looks like our ACs are not taking a break yet. So I guess we're just going to have to live with it.
We might have to get solar soon because these AC bills this year,
They're out of
good
control.
Lord.
Well, I have been looking at our electric bill, and they have all these different options. I guess there's a lot of incentives out there for getting solar. So I don't know. We might have to do it.
Might have to check it out. I know a couple
Yes.
people. We'll see.
Check it out. Let's see if it makes sense for us. Well, stories around the internet. Did you all hear about the Chase glitch that happened over the weekend?
Who's glitch and who was chasing them?
You're silly. No, for real. Did you hear about it?
I mean, I heard a little bit about it. I mean, I haven't really read more than the headline on it, but basically people were coming up on some extra money at Chase ATMs, right?
So apparently there was a glitch in Chase Bank's system, and someone found out about it, and then they went on TikTok and posted about it, and they were just taking money out that they didn't have, walking out of the bank with $100 bills, throwing them in the air, getting excited, ready to party, have themselves a good old weekend on Labor Day.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I mean, it's perfect timing, right?
I mean, for Labor Day?
For the people that are like, didn't have any money to begin with, they're like, we're about to get party this Labor Day.
Oh, yeah. So apparently it went viral and a lot of people started doing it. All on camera.
Now, do we live in the era of the most stupidest criminals ever?
Don't know.
I think we probably have the dumbest criminals now.
But do you think they're even going to get prosecuted? I don't
Yes.
think so.
No, I think so.
For real?
This is the banks. The banks are probably
They
the
don't
most
play.
powerful institutions in the world, right? Banks do not play. And if these idiots are online posting about it, they just
Well,
committed fraud online.
Yes, they did commit fraud.
And then videotape themselves committing fraud.
I don't understand what is going on these days, but apparently some people are taking out like thousands of dollars. Someone's account was overdrawn by $31,000. But I'm like, they can't even take that much money out at a bank. Can they really at the ATM? I don't think the ATM carries that much cash.
You know what?
I used to be in banking. It doesn't carry that much cash
If it was
for one person.
If it was going to happen to any bank, I'm glad it was Chase. Because let me just tell you, Chase customer services went way downhill.
It's garbage.
Especially the one out here in Stevenson Ranch. Let me just tell you. Terrible service.
I went in there today and I saw my two favorite tellers, so I was very happy to see them. They were so kind. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that bank. It has gone downhill. I used to work for WAMU way back in the day, and Chase bought them out. And service has just gone down.
I think
don't know.
Yeah, like you said, we do have some tellers in there that we love that we've been seeing a long time.
Right, but
I think it's it starts at management.
yes,
Management level.
I've had some run-ins over there where I'm just like, really? I've been with this bank for how long?
Just kind of dumbfounded, huh?
Yes. You know what? I took all our savings out of there, put it elsewhere.
So what do you suggest for people?
I highly suggest U.S. Bank over on Lions.
Who's our
They
girl
are the
over there?
best. Lily is amazing.
Gotta ask for
And
Lily.
Yes, Lily is so sweet. Like she'll reach out, make sure. And you know actually how she got us to bring our savings there? She called me like good old fashioned. Hey, do you want your money to earn some interest? We have some amazing accounts for you.
Wow.
Who picks up the phone anymore and does those calls? And it's not a robocall.
So if Union Bank is paying attention, you need to give Lily a raise.
Yes, Lily.
Hook your girl up.
Hook her up. She's so sweet. So yes, that's where we do our banking now. But yeah, people were transferring money, getting loans they couldn't qualify for. Wait, they could get loans too on this glitch? Wait, what? So where's all that money now? They got to pay it back.
Is the glitch gone?
Chris is like, I need a loan.
I want a 0% interest loan. Can I get one of those?
I need a 0%.
Let me get a business loan. Can I get an SBA loan?
Oh my goodness. No, it has to go through SBA. That takes some time.
I don't even
baby.
want free money. I just want 0% money.
I just want a low
I'll pay
interest
it
rate
back.
money.
Yeah, I'll pay it
I'll
back.
pay it too. Shoot. Well, apparently that's why the account is now negative. They took the money back. They put a 7-day hold on the accounts while they fixed the glitch. Oh, so now everyone's going to have to pay that money back.
But what are they going to do, right? I mean, and they do have your information. They have the people's socials, all that stuff, right?
They'll probably just be put on check systems. Did you ever hear about that?
What is a check system?
So back when I don't know if it's still the same, but back when I was in banking, if you wanted to open a new account at a bank, they ran your social, your driver's license through this program called check systems.
Okay.
And basically, if you ever wrote bad checks, you ever overdrew your accounts, never paid it back, or you did kiting, which is where you write a check from one bank to another bank and you never had any intention of like actually having money on that check, like you're just writing a bad check to yourself, then that would be flagged. You'd be on check systems. So basically, if you're on check systems and you try to go open your account somewhere else, they're like, no, we can't open an account for you. Sorry.
You know, you just gave me some PTSD right now
Of your banking experience?
of my banking experience. So I haven't had many jobs in my life because I've been doing real estate now 20 years.
Right.
Right. But I actually was fired from a job before in my life. Only once.
Yes, it was at Chase Bank, right?
It was
WAMU.
It was
WAMU.
Washington Mutual. So quick 1 minute story or less. First day on the job, I'm a bank teller. Long lines out the door. I'm killing it. Like nobody does that the first day. I'm just taking care of these lines, no problem. At the end of the day, I come up exactly to the penny, $1,000 short in my drawer.
Oh, it was 1,000. See, I was telling this story to Evelyn yesterday. I thought it was less than that.
No, it was
so
$8,000.
$1,000 short, right? So Chris gets fired because
No, I didn't get fired right away. So then they do an investigation
Right.
for like 6 weeks. So now I'm there. I'm a brand new employee. I'm there 6 weeks. I'm still on the register.
Right.
Right. 6 weeks come up. They tell me, I'm sorry, but we did investigation. We never saw you take the money, but we got to let you go because we couldn't find it anywhere else. Right.
Right.
And, you know, I was pretty disappointed about it because
Right.
I had never been fired before. It hurt my pride. And it was a banking job.
And you're like, listen, it's $1,000. Like, at least I better come up if I'm going to get fired.
I wish I would have took it. Right. But no, I don't.
No, you don't.
But I didn't take it. 6 months later, because my friend got me the interview and he was still
Right.
working there. The manager who was on my drawer,
Right.
she was the assistant manager of the whole branch, got fired for kiting. And that's how I learned about kiting.
Yes, because he was like, oh, for sure, she took my $1,000.
Yeah. And they
That
should have
lady-
given me an apology
That's
letter.
messed up.
But you know what?
Brand new employee. I wonder how many other employees.
She probably got so many
she did
employees that
too.
way. And thank goodness that I got fired because I'd still be in banking. Ugh. Gross.
Like, it's so terrible. I was in banking for several years. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah. Well, anyways, moving things quite along here. Did you all hear about Six Flags Magic Mountain and their Fright Fest coming up? Well, apparently they've implemented a new chaperone policy. So anyone under 15 must be accompanied by a chaperone and must stay with a chaperone the entire time when entering Fright Fest after 4 p.m. No more Six Flags daycare, y'all. You can't send your wild teenagers out anymore. You got to be there with them.
I mean, listen, I don't think this is going to change anything. People still drop other kids off at Six Flags, pick them up later. What's going to happen if they get kicked out? Are they going to have to sit in a waiting room till their parents pick them up? No. Worst case scenario, they kick them out. Those kids will go do something else. They're not calling their parents. Then they're going to get into more trouble outside of Six Flags, then work their way up and say, oh, I guess I'll get picked up in 5 hours. And who knows what they're going to get into.
Wow, I didn't even think about all that.
Yeah, so who knows if they're going to be going to that 5 Point community, causing trouble in the 5 Point community.
You better watch
there.
out. Those homeowners are not going to be
The
happy.
In-N-Out Burger down the street, the Valencia Mall, the movie theater. Like, where are these kids going to go? They're not going to get picked up.
I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to deter it. I don't know if Six Flags has the manpower to actually implement that.
I don't think they do. They do.
I think they're just throwing it out there just to make people feel good. Because I don't know, something maybe had to have happened for them to want to implement this policy.
Oh, I'm sure
Maybe the
kids
kids are just
wild
acting
out.
crazy there.
I mean, kids were wilding out when we were teenagers.
Oh, we had so much fun.
So I'm sure it's probably only gotten worse.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, our producer seems to think that because they were recently acquired by Knott's Berry Farm, maybe that's why they're going to increase some type of security. Maybe they're going to take it to another level with Knott's Scary Farm was like really cool. Maybe they're going to make Six Flags Fright Fest even better.
I mean, is Knott's Berry Farm better than Six Flags?
I mean, I know they're Knott's Scary Farm was like a big deal back in the day. I don't know if it is or not. I don't frequent either of those places, so
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I just remember they had the one ride like Montezuma's Revenge at Knott's Berry Farm. That's all I remember from there.
I don't know. That's probably not even there anymore because you're old.
Yeah, no, I went a long time ago. Yeah.
I don't know. Crazy. Well, we've heard a lot about inflation and theft closing restaurants all around California. But what if the food just isn't that good?
I mean, listen, I think some of these restaurant owners, that's just the excuse. Oh, they raise minimum wage. Like, now your food's bad.
Right.
Your service is bad. Not every place. I'm
Right.
sure it affects a lot of places, right? But some places just need to go.
Well, I guess Shake Shack is closing 9 locations across Los Angeles due to underperformance. Many people were calling the East Coast chain the In-N-Out killer. But Angelinos have spoken. Did we ever even try Shake Shack? Does anyone we know even like it? Do you all like Shake Shack?
I didn't even know that Shake Shack was here in LA.
You didn't?
So I've been to Shake Shack once
Where?
in Vegas.
Okay.
Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, before COVID.
Did you like it?
I mean, I don't know. I was drinking heavily.
So then maybe you really liked it.
I didn't like it enough to go back, and I think it was like the only place that was in our path of where we were walking to at the
Right.
time, and it was out for opening weekend of football that's coming up this week. Dropping some hints, but yeah, who cares? Who cares about Shake Shack?
Yeah, I've never been, so I don't know. I don't know how it tastes.
They had another burger joint out here years ago that was at the Sherman Oaks Galleria. I used to go there for lunch, but it was like a Shake Shack. Like it came over, it was a hot thing from the East Coast. Can't remember the name of it for the life of me right now, but it was like the next biggest thing, and it was starting to explode everywhere.
It's gone.
It's gone. I don't even know the name of it anymore.
Good thing you don't miss it.
None of them are taking out In-N-Out, not on the West Coast.
No, I think In-N-Out just has it's like a staple, right? And their menu's so simple, and people really like their secret menu too. And they don't add all this extraness.
And their service is so good.
Yes, they've got it down.
And
I never have to check our food to make sure it's all there.
I don't think they've ever messed up my order.
Thank you.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah, their ingredients are fresh.
The worst thing they do there sometimes is they'll give me my food and they didn't put a lid on my box. And I just look at them. I'm like, I'm not taking that. I need a lid on my box. And that's it. And then they fix it and then it's all good.
Wow. If that was our only problem, lids on boxes.
So, yeah. We need some more. They need to open up with something else too. The ownership, because they got it down at In-N-Out.
No, don't do it.
I love that place.
Don't mess up a good thing. Well, Tanya is here with us. She said, hey guys, glad you're back. Thank you so much for joining us, Tanya. So we were on a little bit earlier and we were having some issues.
Yeah, we're just going to act like it never happened, Tanya.
Yeah, it never happened.
Never
We're all
happened.
here.
It was just because it was so hot out there. You just imagined it. We started the show earlier.
It was like a mirage. Oh my goodness. Well, apparently our producer has gotten extra cheeseburgers before at In-N-Out.
Ooh, that's a good surprise.
Wow, nice.
Maybe the the girl at the counter thought he was cute or something. Just gave it to
Maybe
him.
hooked him up.
Or the dude. You never know.
Oh, maybe the
Either
dude.
way.
Speaking of fast food, I have a bone to pick with McDonald's. What is going on? Like, this is why I don't go to McDonald's. I don't like McDonald's. I haven't eaten their food in a long time. But our kids have this tradition. Whenever Santino gets his haircut, I take him and go get him like a soft serve ice cream, right? Because they used to be like, what, 99 cents? And it's like our tradition now. So I took them yesterday. I go get them their ice creams. And I'm like, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to get one of those hot fudge sundaes, one of those nostalgic things that I'm always talking about. Like, ooh, it's so good. I can't wait to get it. So I pull up. I order 2 cones, my hot fudge sundae, and then a large fry for the kids. And you guys already know I'm already annoyed by their fries, how they have like this little baby bag now. It's not the big red box anymore.
Have you seen the videos where they have a small fry, a medium fry, and a large fry?
Are they all the same size? Because they all
And
look the same to me.
They're all exactly the same amount of
It's
fries. Just
absolutely
different boxes.
ridiculous. So they hand me my hot fudge sundae, and I'm like, wait, I look at it, and I'm like, why does this thing look half the size of what I'm used to? This little baby ice cream. Now they put this lid on it that almost looks like it's, I don't know. They're trying to be eco-friendly. It's kind of like a cardboard lid on it now.
But it's still a plastic
But it's still
cup,
a plastic
right?
bottom. So I'm wondering, like, what is the point of this? Are you trying to fool me like you're trying to be eco-friendly? Like, no, that's not it at all. I think you're trying to deceive me and cover up the fact that you didn't even fill the thing up with ice cream. And so I look around and like there's barely even ice cream to the lid of the plastic part, barely any chocolate in there. And I just looked at it like,
I would have given it
wow.
back.
And I looked at the girl and she was just looking at me like, are you going to take your other ice creams? So I set it down. She gives me, I was like, get the kids ice creams. I look at them like, wow, these things just keep getting smaller and smaller every day, don't they? I could not hold back. I was just like, wow. She didn't say nothing else.
So
She's
are you
like,
going
here's your
back?
fries. Absolutely not. And I'm going to fill out a complaint because my little hot fudge sundae, my little baby hot fudge sundae got me mad.
Go to Handles.
No, I'm not. I'm just not going to go anywhere. Just
Yeah,
going to bring our kids home and be like, I will get you a scoop of ice cream. So I ended up paying $13.75 for that experience.
Wow.
I was so irritated. And then I was like, looking, I'm like, first my nuts. They don't offer nuts anymore for my sundae. Now they give me this little baby ice cream and it's with the wooden spoon trying to give me a splinter in my mouth. I was so irritated.
Well, you better not go back.
I'm not going
I mean,
back.
we're a Tillamook family. We love Tillamook ice cream.
Yes.
That's 2 tubs of Tillamook.
I know. I was telling the kids, I was voicing my opinion. Santino was like, talk about it on the podcast, Mom. I was like, all right, baby. He was like, put them out of business. I was like, I don't know who you think we are and how many followers you think we have, but I don't think that's going to put them out of business.
No,
but
McDonald's
thank you,
isn't going
baby.
anywhere.
They are not going
They're all
anywhere.
still here. McDonald's, Wendy's.
And you know
Taco
what I
Bell.
don't like about McDonald's too? I'm like, get these fries that have this nostalgic flavor, right? Like I remember their fries being amazing with some nice cold Coca-Cola. No. Why does my car smell like dog food after we get out of it? Those fries leave this lingering scent in our car. So I am done. I'm done with McDonald's. No more.
So McDonald's fries used to be my all-time favorite.
Right.
And I used to think, man, In-N-Out fries are just blah, right? They're mid, like the kids say. And it's completely changed. Like the McDonald's fries leave this weird aftertaste in your mouth.
Even Santino was like, these fries, they didn't put any salt on them. And then Nola's like, those are garbage.
And then,
That's how she talks. Those
and then
are
if you
garbage.
don't eat them while they're hot,
They're disgusting.
they're disgusting. As soon
And
as
they
they get
smell
like
like dog food.
warm, as soon as they're like lukewarm, they're gross.
Blech. Okay, yeah, we're done.
In-N-Out fries are way better.
Well, Tanya's laughing and she said, Vivian said, yes, they are all half the size now. The girls went yesterday night to get McDonald's. Yeah, see?
We're done with
Boycott
McDonald's.
it. Don't go no more. It's not good. It's mystery food anyways. Well, opening day of football is right around the corner and Chris wants to go to Las Vegas.
But you scheduled a Disney trip
So
on a Sunday.
I booked the Disney trip a long time ago on September 8th. It's been in the calendar for I don't know how long because that is the last day before our Magic Key expires.
You know what's been in the calendar longer?
what?
The start of the NFL season.
Oh, you put that in the calendar?
It's everybody knows it. It's
Well, I'm
been there
sorry.
since last year.
Oh, well, you can add that to the calendar and then I will know what this is all about. Chris has been saying he wants to go to Vegas, and I keep telling him, let's sit down
Well, I
and
didn't
book
say
this trip.
I want to go to Vegas. I said I want to go to Vegas for opening
For
weekend
opening-
of NFL football.
He acts
so I can
like-
bet on all the games.
He acts like I work for some like NFL. I don't know these things. When has it been my in my vocabulary to know the opening day of
Listen,
football?
you are a woman. And this is exactly how women speak all the time. So, like, if it would have been the other way around, you were like, babe, I want to go to Vegas for opening weekend of football. You would expect me on the other end as your husband to know the weekend that is. I'd have to look it up and figure it out, because what you were telling me when you were saying I want to go to Vegas for opening weekend of football is exactly that. I want to go to Vegas for opening weekend of football, find out when that is and schedule it.
No, I sat down with you and I said, what day do you want to go? Let's sit down and figure this out, because Evelyn was at the table with us and I was trying to figure out if she could actually watch the kids and we could actually go somewhere and have someone watch the kids while we go. It's not as simple as just finding out a date of when it is and booking it. It's having the whole thing planned out. So if you want to go double check with her and do a little fact checking on when that occurred, that would be great, because something else probably came up. You got distracted and we didn't book it. So I'm gonna put a lid on that one. We'll try to figure out how we can accommodate your request so you can go to Vegas for opening football weekend.
all I need to be
and you
there
can
is-
put your bet on
just
and
need to
have
be
a
there
grand
24
time.
hours. So-
Wonderful.
If I got to go fly down in the morning and fly back at night, maybe I'll do that.
Okay, you do that. Well,
Making it happen. Gonna make it happen.
okay, Mariah, acting all diva-ish over here. Well,
Be a
next thing you know,
diva.
he's gonna have a wardrobe
I'm gonna be
change
snapping
too.
over here.
You did not. You're too much. Oh my goodness. Well, last night Chris spent the night in San Diego. Actually, he drove out yesterday morning to accommodate one of our clients, which is super exciting. You want to tell us about how that went?
So I just gotta say, love these clients. I love our clients, right?
Yes.
We have the best, most loyal client base out of anybody I know
Yes,
in
we
any
do.
business.
I'm so thankful for that.
So, first off, big shout out to my brother, Jefito, Jeff Hudson,
Mm-hmm.
because Jeff's actually the one that referred these clients to us.
Right.
Right. And he referred them by talking us up to one of his other coworkers
Mm-hmm.
in a different state that happen to know these clients. Right.
Right.
And so they contacted us a couple years ago. They were relocating from out of the state to California, specifically Santa Clarita.
Right.
Sold them a place, did their loan. Year later, gets a great job offer, sell that place, right? So now that was last year.
Right.
So now they contact us and they're like, hey, I know San Diego's far, but with all of this stuff going on with the realtor stuff and the contracts, and they knew a little bit about it.
Right.
We just don't trust anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Can you come down for us?
I love when our clients don't already make that decision in their head for us, that we would say no to them. Like, at least reach out, give us the opportunity to help you, even if it's far away, because you never know. Chris took it upon himself to go 3 hours to go show them this property. And
One way.
Of course we want to help them.
One way.
Like, this is all about building relationships, and what a compliment for them to actually reach out and say, hey, can you please go and represent us in our purchase?
It's a huge compliment, and completely flattered by it.
Right.
Dropped everything, made sure we made it happen for him.
Right.
And I have friends and like that have bought in a property like an hour and a half away and never told us about it. You know what I mean?
Right. We find out when they're like, hey, we're having a happy housewarming. And I'm like, oh, well, okay.
So I'm going to throw this out there to anybody that's ever looking to buy a house, and whether you're a realtor or not, don't invite your realtor to your housewarming if they didn't sell you that house, because they don't want to go. just a little note. Just take it down, jot it down, save that for later. It's a free one. It's a freebie.
It's a good one. Just reach out to us, because we'll gladly come to your housewarming. And we actually have held housewarming events for our clients.
Yeah.
So.
We'll do anything for our clients. So anyhow, the drive, I'm not a big driver. I just don't like driving far, right? Like a long distance. But the drive was perfect. I found this cool podcast. I just listened to them over and over and over again, all the way through. All new content. I just absorbed it all, loved it. got me all the way down there, made it down there in 3 hours, met up with our clients, big hugs. I hadn't seen them in a year. And the house, these clients are the best, by the way. Like, they know exactly what they want.
Right.
They had been eyeballing this house, right? So we're in negotiation right now. I got to check my phone after, but we're really close to making it happen. So I hope I get them this house, because that means like they hired the assassin from out of town to come in and handle the job, right? And then we get it done. That'd be great. But then again, shout out to Jeff Hudson again, one more time, because I was just talking to him because, I talk to my inner circle like almost every day.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, bro, you're going to San Diego?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to stay the night." He's like, "Oh, I'm going to get you a room."
How nice.
Did anybody see my
Thanks,
post?
Cupcake.
Anybody see my post of like this balcony
Nice
with the view
view.
of the bay there? Not the bay. I guess it would be the bay.
Like a harbor.
Like a harbor.
Yes.
It was beautiful. It's good to have good friends, great friends.
Chris is sending me videos. Look at this view. I'm like, I'm jealous.
But I came back, so I just
I
didn't
wanted
want
to go.
I just didn't want to drive home after a long day.
Right.
It's dangerous. It's worse than driving drunk, they say, to
Right.
drive
If you're
tired.
tired.
So I slept for like 3 hours. Went to sleep at 9:30, woke up at 12:30. I was back home before the kids went to school this morning. Walked with you to take them to
it's
school.
Great. Thanks, baby.
So it worked out. But we'll see. I'll let everybody know if we get their offer accepted.
Oh, I have a good feeling about it.
So do
Putting
I.
out that good energy. Well, Evelyn's here with us. She said, hello. Hey, Lulu. Thanks for joining us. Shout out to Lulu because she was helping me out yesterday. I had a little one homesick and had to go pick up the other one. So Nola. I always call Evelyn and Nola each other's names. She came with us to pick up Santino from school so Nola could stay in the car and I didn't take little sick Nola out and infect everybody. And she watched her while I took Santino to go get his hair
Nice.
cut. So thank you
you.
for your help. I appreciate you. Well, Chris had an interesting home inspection in Lancaster this past week. How did that go? You want to tell us about it?
So I didn't even know you could get to Lancaster off the 5 freeway. I always thought you had to take the 14.
Right.
But has anybody ever heard of? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Neenach. 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 I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyhow, you drive through that.
Right.
Like it's like going up Gorman, right?
Right.
Past Gorman. Anyhow, there's a nice little lake there called Quail Lake. It's really pretty over there. But anyhow, got there. It's about an hour out. This house is country. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Right. And it's exactly the perfect house for our client because he wants to be in the middle of nowhere where nobody can bother him.
I love that.
Yeah.
Some peace and quiet.
He likes to be, he's to himself. Anyhow, I've never seen so much rat feces in my life.
Oh, God.
So we do the home inspection and we open up it wasn't in the house. There was
Thank goodness.
No, there was some in the house too.
Oh, but at least it wasn't the most in the house.
It was in the garage and then in a shed.
Right.
And then in the water pump house.
Oh, was there food left behind? Like, why are there rats there?
Because rats, I learned something new.
I love this.
So the inspector, which was like some older guy, like in his late 60s probably, right? He was like, there's no way you could buy a house out here that's not going to have rats. We have all kinds of critters out here.
Right.
And he's like, if you have a water source, there's going to be rats.
Oh.
So of course it makes sense that it's next to the pump house. Maybe there's some kind of like extra water spillage there.
Moisture or something.
Moisture. So
Well, that's
wherever
why there's rats and sewers and stuff like that in the
Yes,
subways.
for the water. So
Okay.
he says wherever humans are not are exactly where rats are going to be
Okay.
in the country,
Okay.
right? So we open this shut up, right? And mind you, the first thing you do when you greet somebody, what do you do when you greet somebody brand new that you just met? Out of
shake their
respect.
hand.
You shake their hand, right? So the first thing, as soon as I meet the guy, I shake his hand. Now we're going through this inspection, and our client's showing him all this rat feces and pee
Uh-huh.
in this shed. And he's like, that looks fresh. Doesn't it look fresh? And the inspector bends down and he grabs a piece of rat turd
Ew.
and he goes like this with his fingers.
Disgusting.
And I'm like thinking to myself, I just shook this guy's hand like 10 minutes ago. And he's got rat poop in his fingers.
I wonder how many other pieces of rat poop he picked up before that
I was like-
inspection.
then I'm not listening to any other words. come
All
out of
you're
his
doing
mouth.
is watching his hands.
No. All I'm
Did he
thinking
pick
about
his
is
nose?
no. All I'm thinking about is, did I touch my face or my eyes after I shook his hand between then and now? Oh my God, I hope I didn't. I need to wash my hands. Like this is what's going through my mind at this point.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was interesting. I'm still negotiating that one because we need some repairs
some
from the
love
sellers.
over
Yeah,
there.
we need some love to make that deal happen.
Well, hopefully you make that happen. I think you will.
These are some of the things that happen at home inspections.
Yes, fun.
Rat turds.
Disgusting. Tanya's doing the throw up emojis. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Well, Chris had his fantasy football draft. It finally happened on this past weekend. I know he was super excited waiting for that. How did it go?
I love draft day. It's like there's some of the few things like hobbies that I have. I don't have very many hobbies left over, right? But that's one of them that I just love, fantasy football. I've been doing it for over 20 years.
Fun.
And this group of guys, they talk so much trash.
That's even more fun.
It
I
just
know
makes
you
it so-
love that.
I love it. Yes. Well, because, you got to worry about everybody's feelings nowadays. Everybody's so sensitive all the time. Like these guys are not. They're cut from the same cloth I am.
Oh, wonderful.
So we can sit there and talk trash and belittle each other and nobody takes offense. I love it.
I'm glad you find joy in that. Well, this past weekend, I have been working on taxes and I just need to get my paperwork done. I need to get this over to our tax guy, our CPA. I'm over it. I've just been focused on that, hyper focused. But I did take a few moments to enjoy going out and picking plants for our new garden. We found an awesome gardener that we had work on one of our investment properties out in Palmdale, and he made a special trip down here to help us out. And wow, what an amazing job he did. I spent a lot of time picking out these plants, right? Trying to figure out which could do well in the, direct sunlight. And when you go into like Green Thumb or Home Depot or Lowe's, which I went to all three, trying to find the right plants that would actually withstand this heat. And why did I pick to do it the week that we have this heat wave? I hope they all live. That's what we did this past weekend. And he came and he redid our whole garden and redid the whole planting area for the herbs and the winter vegetables that we're going to be planting soon. So everything turned out amazing. And
Look at that smile on your
when
face.
you walk outside, it's just a different vibe out there. There's life. Everything's not dead and it's just great. You could smell the flowers and I'm just so happy. I can't wait to get out there and plant with our babies.
I'm happy
because we have a good time.
I'm happy that he was willing to come out this way. Sergio Martinez.
He's amazing. If anybody needs a gardener and you need like a revamp or whatever it is, hit us up. We will give you his info. This guy is so dedicated to coming out and showing up on time, and he's fair with his prices. He does what he says he's going to do. He actually did more than what he said he would do. I asked him to do some extra stuff, and he didn't even charge me extra for it. And so I really appreciate him. His wife got sick over the weekend, and I didn't think he was going to come back, but he showed up 2 days after she got sick and was in the hospital. So
Yeah.
he's really committed to getting the job done.
Here's the one rule, though. If we would happily give you guys his information, if you need anything, we highly recommend him. But you got to just take whatever price he gives you, and give him a tip because the guy's prices are so fair.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to give him over to as a referral, and then somebody tries to talk him down on his prices.
Yeah,
that are
don't try to
already low.
negotiate. Don't
Don't
try to
negotiate. Just take the price because it's so fair. We've talked to other gardeners and they do terrible jobs and they charge more money. And this guy is just amazing. So if anybody's looking for somebody, not a gardener for maintenance, he's not doing maintenance. He's doing a project.
Yes.
So if you have a project, you want to revamp your garden, you want to get something
Landscaping done.
yeah, some kind of landscaping done for maybe you're getting ready to sell your house and you need a landscaper specifically for that. Let us know. We got you.
Yes. Oh, I love it out there. Tanya said, your plants are so beautiful and colorful. Thanks, Tanya. Wait till you see it now that they're all planted because she saw them while they were still in the pots. I'm excited.
It looks really good back there.
It's nice. A nice little oasis in the backyard. So I've been going to Orange Theory, and I'm sure all of you know I'm pretty committed to it. I go 3 times a week. And on Labor Day, I was so happy they didn't close down the studio because I thought for sure they would. But they did cancel my normal 5 a.m. class. I went in at 7:15 instead, and they have a new challenge this month at Orange Theory. It's called Dry Try, and it's their version of a triathlon, and I'm really considering signing up for it. I think I'm going to do it.
You've knocked out every challenge and you step up to the challenge every single time. Like if you're not going to make it, you take extra classes. It motivates you and then you feel good about it after. I always see you so filled with pride when you get your little reward at the end.
My little medal.
The medal.
I know I just got a new medal the other day.
You should do it.
Marathon month. So I think I'm going to do it. And Dry Try is really cool because they have, I think they're doing 2 different days on Friday and Saturday. I'd probably do the Saturday one. And they invite you to bring your family in to cheer you on since it's like a triathlon. So
Can we bring big old signs?
if you want to.
I'll do it. Nola will love to make the signs.
Oh my gosh, she'll have so much fun. Then she could see me on the rower getting it. Oh yeah, running. Because, not running, jogging. I'm transitioning from my power walking to becoming a jogger now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I could do it. I'm going to try.
So Corey told me about these amazing shoes. And our friend Joe Park told her about these shoes. What are they, Asics 25s or something like that?
Yeah, they're the Asics Nimbus 25s. They're gel
You guys,
infused. They're so good, these shoes.
these are the best shoes. So I use them for our daily walks to take the kids to school. I jog a little bit in them because we run down the hill, I feel like, every day.
Yes.
And then when I need to get back to taking Uma on a walk maybe tomorrow. And I do little jogs here and there with her throughout the walk. In those Nimbuses, it's like walking on clouds. Yes. I'm like floating through the air. I love those shoes. They're my favorite shoes now.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, but now they're like my all-purpose shoes now because
he just wears them all the time.
Yeah, for like Disneyland, like why
you
would I
put
wear something
other
else?
shoes on and you're like, what is this trash on my feet?
Yeah, I just want to kick them off my feet now. Nimbus 25.
Oh my goodness, they have a new version, the 26s. I think I'm going to get myself a pair.
There you go.
Well, family dinner was on Saturday and we had a good time. We played games that day and we were playing Phase 10, right? Chris was getting a little angry that day. He was getting frustrated. He was so mad at his little scorekeeping card.
I was.
It like threw off his whole chi. He was so angry at this little piece of paper. And I was just like, what is happening right now?
Just a little backstory. Nobody wants to keep score.
I keep score.
Hold on. Nobody ever wants to keep score. The only people that ever keep score are me and you, right? Nobody wants to keep score. And then we had like more players than you're supposed to have play.
Right.
Which is fine. But when you have a little piece of paper about this big and you're supposed to put like 7 people's names on there to keep score, it doesn't work out. So I had like 3 cards that I'm trying to keep score, and I was like, yeah, I'm so sick of this.
He got so mad. Let's just get a bigger piece of paper. He's like, I'm done with this game. I was like, whoa, yikes.
Yeah. I had a little fit. I threw a fit.
He did.
It happens every now and then.
Funny.
If you can't throw a fit in front of your family, like who can you do it in front of?
I want it now.
I was fine after that.
Were you?
It took a while. It took me a while.
I don't think you were fine.
I was grumpy. I don't know why I was grumpy.
He was so grumpy. And Evelyn and Jocelyn and I were just looking at each other having the best time ever. We're
What did we
laughing.
have for dinner that day?
We're in such a good
Maybe I was
mood.
hungry.
It was chicken. I grilled chicken
Maybe I was still hungry.
and veggies. I don't know.
I did have an episode.
He did. I don't know what happened.
I can't even argue about it.
I think it's because you cut ice cream out and you're just sad that you couldn't have your ice cream dessert.
Maybe I was having a sugar detox
Maybe.
moment.
I don't know. You were on one that day. It was crazy.
So what we also have, so we it's really hard to find something you could watch on TV with the kids, right?
Right.
Even though like it's so funny because there's a lot of PG-13 stuff we don't let them watch, but we do watch every UFC fight, and that's pretty brutal. But we put on Beetlejuice.
Right. Chris is like, let's put it on. You know, the new one's coming out. Let's put it on and see if the kids want to watch it. And Santino watched it for a little bit, but then he was done. They just wanted to play. They're
It
not
did
trying
not
to
hold
sit
their
there and
attention
watch.
more than 5 minutes. They were all over it.
I'm like, wow, these kids are too much. Don't even watch it then.
And then I think they were cheering for the dog because if you guys remember the opening scene when they die on the bridge, the dog's standing like on like a board that's keeping it's like
Teetering.
balancing. It's teetering with the car. As soon as the dog gets off the board, the car falls into the water.
Yeah.
And so I think they were cheering for the dog in that moment.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Beetlejuice, if you guys didn't already know, the new one's coming out soon. And Chris was watching.
Welcome back to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. Our internet died for a hot second, but it's back. Just like Beetlejuice, back from the dead.
Welcome.
So we're talking about Beetlejuice.
back.
Have your kids seen Beetlejuice? Like, are they interested in it? Are these movies as good as we remember when we were young?
I mean,
I don't think so.
know. I don't know.
Like there's not many movies that I was like I loved when I was young that I watch them again. I'm like, this is still as good as I remember. There's a few like Goonies is still amazing. Like there's a lot of them, but there's a lot of them that are like, what was I thinking? That movie's trash, like Half Baked, right?
I don't know. Well, I guess the movies, that movie was always odd, is what our producer is saying. Tim Burton movies don't age well, and even his new ones aren't received well, like Dumbo. I didn't even know he did Dumbo, but did you know
Dumbo?
he just got a star on the Walk of Fame the other day?
Did he?
Yeah.
He always puts his wife in the movies, right?
Does he? I don't know who his wife is.
She's the I thought she was the witch from Harry Potter,
And she was in,
the one that killed Sirius Black.
what's the one with Brad Pitt?
Fight Club.
Fight Club. But she always looks like the same in every movie.
She looks like that girl that walks up and down
No,
the street.
she does not.
She does.
She does not.
See how that girl looks.
She does not.
You guys know who I'm talking about if
No,
you've seen this
no.
rest, the walker.
You're good. You're good. Well, it's funny that you bring up Beetlejuice, because weren't you just watching an article about Winona Ryder saying that now all the new actresses and actors, they don't want to go out for role, or they don't want to watch old movies anymore?
Yeah, so she's an actress and she's a really good actress, right?
Right.
So she's trying to tell these young kids about like, oh, you should really watch this movie and this movie. And she said she's so annoyed by them because the first thing they ask her is, how many minutes is the movie?
Really?
Yeah. And then they're like, nah, we're good. Like they don't want to watch it because it's too long.
That's crazy. Don't you want to learn your craft and like better it? I don't know.
I think there's a
Don't you
lot
want to learn
of,
from the greats?
I think there's a lot of people that, make a movie without reading the book, or, or they're acting the movie without reading about the character and whatnot.
That's
And
weird.
It's weird. I think it's weird. I think it's been happening for a long time.
I don't know. That's so strange. Tanya made a comment here. She said, "You can do it, Corey." She's talking about the challenge. And then she also said, "I had a bad headache that night, so I looked all grumpy." This is the night when you were grumpy at family dinner.
Okay. It's okay to be.
okay to be grumpy
I was
every now
so
and then.
grumpy, Tanya, that nobody even noticed that you were grumpy. Because I was so grumpy.
It was like throwing a tantrum. Oh my goodness.
It's weird how like some of these young people like don't want to watch a 2-hour movie, but they'll binge and watch an entire like season of like some trash reality show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
It's
Love
weird.
Island or something.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a thing. I don't know,
It's strange.
but I haven't seen an episode.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, limiting screen time in the Silva household. So do you want to talk about how this is a new thing for us? We've been talking about this for quite some time and asking people what their thoughts are on it. But do you want to talk about this new rule
So
that we've been enforcing?
we kind of let the kids go ham this summer.
Right.
Like, I took it back. I mentioned this on a previous show that, if I go back to my childhood, I was either playing outside or I was playing video games all day. Sometimes from when I woke up till I went to sleep, I was just playing video games the whole day.
Yes.
So, it's kind of equivalent to the kids being on their iPads, right?
Right.
And especially our kids are playing Roblox like all day, right? Anyhow, so since school has started, we were already talking about like, we got to limit their screen time.
Right.
And it's going to be tough to do so because they're so used to being on there all the time.
Right.
And our brother Christian, his daughter, he only gives her an hour a day, every day, I think.
Well, it turned out the other day we were talking to Nola and Santino about limiting their screen time. And they said, oh, but we really want to just play with Junie when she goes on, but she could only go on for an hour a day. And I said, ooh, Chris, like, that sounds nice. I think you guys should only go on for an hour a day. And Santino was like, good job, Nola. Thanks a lot,
She's the one
Nola.
that told me.
So now they only are able to go on for 1 hour max during the week per day.
Monday through Thursday.
Yes. And that's okay. I mean,
It's
they
worked
have
out
so
really
many
well.
other things to do. And I feel like sometimes their attitude totally changes if they're on there too much. They already have an hour worth of reading they need to do. They have homework. There's not really time to be on your iPad anyways. Before you know it, they're getting ready for bed, having dinner. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's totally fine.
It's been good so far. It's
And I
worked
love
out.
it because now Santino doesn't want to wake up to just get on his iPad. Last night he was like, you don't need to wake me up early, Mom. I can't get on my iPad anyways. I might as well sleep in a little. I said,
Good.
okay,
Rest,
good. You
kid.
need to get your rest.
Watch him grow like 2 inches.
I know.
Finally get some rest.
Well, speaking of limiting screen time, so yesterday Nola wasn't feeling well in the morning. She said her throat hurt. And I was like, this girl had a sore throat all weekend and she was fine, right? Every morning she said her throat hurt and she was fine. But we told her, well, if you stay home from school, you're only going to be reading. There's no screen time, okay? She was like, all right, but I just don't feel good. Okay, you're going to stay home. So do you know that all she did was read yesterday and build Legos? She had no screen time. She had no TV.
And what happened? What happened today?
She's at school today.
Yeah, she's not trying to be at home again. She's like, I got more Legos to build.
She woke up and she was like, my throat hurts. I was like, it's only because it's the morning. You will be fine. And she said, okay, I'll go to school. I was like, you better go to school. Don't play me, girl. We're not going to be sitting here having a party on your iPad. No way. And I had so much work to do. I have so much to do to catch up on. So, I gave her a little bit of TV time right before we got ready for bed.
What she watched? The Price is Right?
The Price is Right.
Oh, before she went to bed. I thought when she was home from school.
No, we don't have cable television. Newsflash. Price is Right. It's because that's what you used to watch when you stayed home.
Yeah, but I've never watched the new like weird Price is Right? Which with the new host.
Right.
Bob Barker's the only Price is Right I watch. What's the guy? Something I can't remember the new guy. Drew Carey.
Drew Carey.
But you know what I did like Drew Carey in? Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Anyways, that was good.
I watched him for like a whole summer. That's all that was on. It felt like.
See, you were always on the tube.
Oh yeah,
Boob tube.
You ever seen that movie Cable Guy with Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Cable Guy. That was me growing up. I was raised by the TV.
Anderson .Paak has a song about that, being raised by the TV.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to get up on that song before the concert comes up.
You better get brush up on your Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
You better know all the lyrics. You don't even know any of the lyrics.
I'm the worst when it comes to lyrics.
Just be bobbing your head. It's all good.
You know, I'm all about the beats.
Well, Chris has a bone to pick with people. Like, he got a little irritated yesterday. You've been irritable lately, I've noticed. What's going on? Is it the heat?
I don't know what it is, but
You have been very irritable. Yesterday, he just lost it.
I didn't lose it. I just, yeah.
No, you were like, you need to deal with this. I can't deal with this person. Why is this person calling me to tell me he's going to pay his rent? Just pay your rent. I don't need to have you call me about it.
I don't understand this, right? We have like 15 tenants that we manage, right? There's this one guy. he 3 days before the rent's due, he's gonna be like, he texts, this happened. This is a real story. This happened this month. He texts me on like Saturday. Did you get the rent? I'm like, I don't know. Let me check because I don't know if I got the rent or not. Corey, that's her department, right? So I'm like, I'll check. I'll get back to you. So that was like on a Saturday, right? So I get back to him. I'm like, no, we didn't get the rent. So he disappears for like a day or two. And then on Monday, which is the first, I think it was Monday, right?
Right, a holiday.
A holiday. He was like, oh, I sent it, but it's probably because of the holiday.
Okay.
Okay. I'm chilling. It's Monday. Like, I don't want to talk to you right now. It's a holiday. Unless you have like some broken pipe or something.
Why are you calling me?
We don't need to talk about this, right? So then Tuesday, I have a million things going on. I'm trying to get ready and get out of the house so I can go to San Diego, right? And he's blowing me up. He's like, did you get the rent? And I'm like, he's like, oh, because I just sent it today. I'm like, wait. He just said he sent it on Saturday. And he just sent it today? So then I get on the phone with him. I'm like, how come out of 15 people, you're the only one that calls me to tell me that you are going to send the rent? You sent the rent. Did I get the rent? Just pay your rent.
Just pay your rent.
Just pay your rent. I don't want to hear about you're going to send it. I almost sent it. I was thinking about sending it. Just send the rent. And I'm not going to give you a cookie if you sent the rent. You're supposed to send the rent every month.
This is newsflash. This isn't news.
Wow. So yeah, I lost my patience.
I think
I'm
he's
like,
a little irritated too because this is an ongoing thing.
Every month.
Every month, like it's something new. Like, oh, they're charging me to send you payment. No, fool, they're charging you because you're paying by credit card. That's why the service that for you to pay by credit card charges you a fee. Like, don't try to pull one over on me. I know our systems. And then like, why can't you just send it Zelle? He had me get on the phone with his bank teller the other day. I was like,
asking for your account number.
Asking me for my account number. I was like, it doesn't work that way. You just pay through Zelle. There's no, this is not rocket science. You've paid it many times this way before.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Okay.
There's a
rant is over.
disconnect. The rant is over. There's a disconnect sometimes, but like stuff like that, I have very little patience for. And
Yeah.
I'm very patient, I think, most of the time. But that
Oh,
kind of
no.
stuff,
Chris has been-
stuff.
He's been pushed to the edge. And I think the producer seems to think it's because he hasn't been going to jujitsu.
And that could
He
be a
needs to
real
get
thing.
That anger out there.
You know what? That probably is a real thing. But you know what? It's real estate season, y'all.
He
This
got
is
to-
house selling season.
This is the house selling season. He's got to roll with that.
I got to roll with that.
Not
That's where my
jujitsu.
roles have been happening because jujitsu just takes so much out of me.
Right. It's a
Physically.
lot of energy.
Physically, mentally, I feel good.
Right.
But physically, it just beats me up. And then I roll in the morning by 1 o'clock. I want to take a nap like I'm like 70 years old.
Well, maybe it's time.
Yes, and I can't afford to do that
Right.
in our peak season.
For sure.
I've been nonstop grinding like
Yes.
all day, every day.
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Little sleep, just going nonstop. So that's kind of why I've eased up off of the jujitsu.
That makes sense. And this just kind of ties in because switching things up to real estate, Silver Realty had the biggest closing day of our careers on Friday.
Right before the holiday weekend.
Congratulations.
You know, yeah, thank you. It just like, it's so funny how things just line up. Right. So yeah, we sold a house, did the financing for the house.
Right.
And it was a big sale. And then, so happy about that. Thank you for the opportunity to our client.
Yes.
And another one was we sold our flip, our investment closed. Happiness, first deal that we did on Happiness Holdings closed all at the same time.
Yes. So we were super
It was
excited
a huge
about
day.
it. Big day, but we were so busy. We haven't even celebrated.
Too busy to celebrate. On to the next one already.
To the next. Let's go.
I mean, you know, I celebrated it just right now, just talking about it. That was our celebration.
Yeah, we didn't even get to
But
talk
it
about
was
it.
pretty cool to have a big day like that. And, you know, we just need like 12 of those a year. We're
Yeah,
good.
and we're good.
That's it.
It's simple. It's like Santino said that one time. Just close 12 deals a year, Dad. You're good.
No. He said, just sell a house every day. Like it was no big deal. He's like, just sell a house every day, Dad. You'll be good.
All right.
Do you have to work anymore if you sell a house every day? I'm like, probably not.
He's like, then get to it, Dad. What
Let's
are you
go.
waiting on?
So should we celebrate with Porto's new cinnamon roll?
I just celebrate with Porto's period. I'm just waiting on our producer to bring it. He keeps, dropping these
These Porto references.
these Porto references saying he was gonna bring it. I'm like, okay. I'm still waiting.
He was like,
waiting on
oh,
that
Chris was going to
Porto's.
order. I don't order anything. That's what he doesn't know. I don't order anything.
Chris
Corey
does
does
not
all
know
the
how to do any
ordering.
of that.
I'll pick up the stuff, but I'm not ordering nothing. I'm not going to get on the phone and order something. That's
You
not,
don't get on the phone. It's called the internet.
it's not my department.
There's an app for that.
We're going to get some AI to order stuff at a Porto's.
Do what you got to do. Just give me the Portos. I don't care how you do it. Just get it here. How is being a buyer agent with all these changes?
So I love it.
Yes.
I think these changes were necessary. And this is not a popular opinion, I think.
I think so.
With a lot of agents, I don't think it's a popular opinion. But for me, I love the changes. I love if people don't know what we're talking about and you're just tuning in, there was a huge class action lawsuit that happened this year with NAR and a bunch of sellers, right? And basically what's happened is commissions have been decoupled. What does that mean? It means a seller, even though they were never solely responsible for this, but they do not want seller commission, seller paying for buyer's agent commission, and their listing agent commission. They want that separate.
Correct.
They want you as a buyer to negotiate that separately and negotiate it with your buyer. Yeah. So what happens now, if you're a buyer, you're thinking about buying a home right now, you can no longer go out with an agent to see a property without having a signed contract with that agent.
Correct.
I love this.
Yes, because you're getting what you pay for.
Yeah.
You're getting your representation.
And I don't love this because I want clients to sign our agreement. I don't care about that stuff. We've never made a client sign an agreement up until now that we have to, right? I've always said
it's mandatory.
Now it's mandatory. It's like by law. We can get fined minimum $2,500 for not getting it signed.
Correct.
If we get caught doing it, right? So we have to get it signed. But what I love is, as a buyer, gone are the days that you could just take any schmuck that has a real estate license and go work with them. Are you going to really sign a contract with some idiot for 90 days? Because a lot of the time, like these buyer's agents that didn't really have experience, they were picking up buyers because the value of a buyer's agent, I don't think they were valued.
No, there
just
was no
somebody that
value
opened the
because
door.
it's just like if you're not paying for it, you don't see any value. So now if it's coming out of your pocket, you're like, oh, maybe I need to really analyze this. Who's actually representing me? Who's going to get me the best deal? Who has my interest in mind?
Right. What's their track record? How many buyers have they helped?
Right.
Do they get buyers seller concessions often?
Right.
Do they get offers accepted under asking? Do they get offers accepted? Do I have to look at properties for 2 years before I get a property?
Right.
Like I hear all these horror stories. Oh, but if you go on to Silva's Realty's Google page and you look at we get our buyers and houses so quick.
Right.
It's because we just know how to structure an offer. We know how to communicate with an agent. We know how to build that rapport with the agent.
Correct.
Most of the time we're handling the financing. So we know how to make sure that there's no hiccups throughout the whole transaction.
We understand financing. A lot of agents don't have any clue about how it works.
Which is just another benefit of working with us.
Right.
Like you go to agents, they don't know. They try to talk about loans. They're not licensed to do loans.
You're
they
not
don't know what they're
supposed
talking
to talk about
They're not
loans.
supposed to talk about
Yeah.
it. And then, unless they're working with like one of these big hitters out here, like, I got love for, Augusta Financial and Loan Depot and all them. Good for them. They're trustworthy institutions, right? But you know how many fly-by-night brokerages are online?
Yeah.
So when they come to Silva Realty, Silva Lending, we just give them that treatment where they never want to go anywhere else. And now they're seeing the value of like, man, if I got to pay an agent, I'm going to pay Silva Realty. So,
Right.
Someone that I could trust that has, great reviews and 20 years in the business.
A good reputation.
So I
Isn't
love
going to be
it.
gone the next day.
I love it. And then look, because we haven't come across this situation yet, but all of our buyers are signing 3% commission agreements with us.
Right.
And that's only because if I signed a 1%, which I would never do, but if I did, the most you can accept compensation from a seller, if they're willing to pay the commission, is whatever's on that contract.
Right.
So you can't sell yourself short with 1%. And I
Correct.
wouldn't do it anyway. We do a lot of work. So what I told these clients going to San Diego, I said, hey, I'm not worried. If the seller couldn't cover it and you guys don't have the money to pay me, like I would release you to still make an offer on this house.
Right.
Like I'm not going to keep you away from your dream home.
Mm-hmm.
I would never do that. We would never do that. So there's always a way to work it out. I'm excited about these changes. It's still evolving.
Right.
It's not set in stone. Companies run their businesses different. So like you might go to a Remax or a Berkshire, like one of these big companies, and they're all franchises. So they probably have their own rules.
Right.
Or you go to Silva Realty, might have their own rules, right? You go to another small brokerage, they might have their own rules. So it's different everywhere. There's not a uniform way to do things yet.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that is uniform is you do need to sign a contract prior to looking at any property.
Right. And even with open houses, right? People, if they have representation, they need to let you know ahead of time before
Right.
they go in.
But I don't ask, and I'm not gonna start asking. I think it's the worst question to ask somebody that walks into your open house. Do you have an agent? It's the stupidest question, and it's not because I'm trying to take clients. I'm not that agent. I never try to snag clients from other agents.
Right.
Right. I just show my value as soon as they walk in.
Right.
First thing I ask a client is, "Hey, how'd you hear about our open house?"
Mm-hmm.
That tells me right away, oh, Redfin, that means they don't have an agent. They just answered the question for me.
Right.
Oh, my agent told me about the open house. Then I already know. Back up.
Mm-hmm.
Respect the agent, right? Because I respect agency for sure. And then you provide value. Are you familiar with the area? Do you know Santa Cruz? Most of the time they don't know because they're coming from down south.
Right.
Then you just kill them with the knowledge of all of Santa Cruz, and then they're asking to work with you. And that happens at every dang open house.
Right. Well, everyone, if you guys are in the market, reach out to us because we would love to represent you. And if you're considering selling, we have knowledge in that as well. Well, looking ahead to next week, we got a lot of stuff happening, and it looks like we have Olga here with us. Hey, Olga.
She says,
thanks
Corey,
for
you look
joining us.
beautiful. Oh,
Thanks, Olga. You're so sweet. Oh, you make me feel good. I didn't have time to do my hair today, so that makes me feel good. Well, tonight, Chris and we're going to have a little bit of a break. We're going to the Hollywood Bowl for a summer night jam. Trombone Shorty and the New Orleans Ave with, of course, Big Boy's going to be there, right?
Big Boy from
Outcast. Yes, it's going to be so good. And this time around, I snag parking tickets ahead of time. So we're not
Nice.
going to be walking miles to get to the darn venue.
Paying like $100 for parking.
Oh my gosh. And then have to wait an hour to get out. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be nice to just get up and out. And shout out to Evelyn for watching the kids for us tonight. We appreciate you, Lulu.
I might be making my own trombone sounds at the concert because I only slept 3 hours.
Don't
today.
tell me you're going to go to sleep there.
I'm gonna have you drive there and just take a little Mimi's nap on the way there.
Oh my gosh, this guy.
I'm so tired right
I
now.
specifically asked him, do you still want to go to that concert? You're going to be too tired, right? I could just cancel the concert and then, we
we're
could
not
do
gonna
something
cancel the
else.
concert. We're gonna
no,
go.
we're going to the concert.
I just might need a nap before we get there is all.
Not in the car while I'm driving.
Why not?
I drive by myself. I'm going to put the music up real loud. You're going to have to sleep through that.
I have no problem. I could sleep. I go to sleep right now.
It's like a bear. We also have an open house this weekend for our panorama listing over in Valencia. Did you want to talk about that really quick? Quick, though.
Quick. Cul-de-sac home, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2141 square feet on a cul-de-sac, walking distance of West Creek Academy Elementary School, award-winning school. Only $995.
What? Come on out and visit us.
Gated community.
It's so nice. I love that home. And Saturday, I might go do a fitness event hosted by Jocelyn with Tanya. We're on the fence about it, but I'm not sure. It's just because the distance is a little far. So
Listen, if anybody's looking for a personal trainer in the Valley, like Sherman Oaks area,
yes,
they got to hit up our sister-in-law. She is amazing. Josie Fit on Instagram is her handle. Just look up her videos. You'll see what we're talking about. It doesn't matter. She works with men and women.
yes, she's
Hit her up.
amazing.
She'll get those gains up.
Yes, we were training with her during COVID, and she's amazing. I love her events too. Or if you want to just go to her event, she's doing a run at the beach, and then she's also doing some workout. I think
And
it's
they're
going to
really
be like a
affordable,
hit
her
workout.
events. Her last one was like $45, right?
Yeah, I think this one's only $15. So
There you go.
and you get a little trip to the beach. And then family dinner is on Saturday, which will be lots of fun. And
It's my mom's birthday on the 7th.
Oh, we might see her.
So every year, my mom's the 7th, my brother's the 21st, I'm the 28th. So whatever day it falls on, it's for everybody. So this year we're all on Saturdays.
Wow. Well, family
Party.
dinner parties for the next 3 weeks in a row. Well, Tanya said, let me know, Corey. I will let you know about that fitness thing. And Sunday is Family Fun Day. Well, it was going to be Family Fun Day at Disneyland, but it's not going to happen because Chris wants to go to Vegas for opening day of football.
Baby.
It's supposed to be 100 degrees in Anaheim on Sunday, and it's supposed to be the last day for our Magic Key. So I guess that just means we're renewing.
You knew you were going to renew all along. I just wanted to make it like a little suspenseful, like make the kids think like they might, might not renew, so they could be happy when we renew instead of just being like, oh yeah, I knew they were going to renew.
No, they're happy regardless.
Yeah, I know.
They love the magic,
So-
just like their mama.
Yeah, no, I can't make Disneyland this Sunday. It's opening weekend of football. Whether I go to Vegas or I go to the Raider game here against the Chargers, I gotta see
that's
the
the other thing you were
Raiders.
talking about. You're talking about going to the game with your brother. That's why it was all up in the air. This is all coming back to me now.
So we did talk about it.
Yeah, but nothing was set in stone. We did talk about it. Well, everyone, that's going to be our show. Thank you again for hanging out with us here on R&R, Relationships and Real Estate. Be sure to catch us weekly on Facebook Live, or you can watch the show on YouTube. And to listen anytime you want, you can download full episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music. We are your hosts, Chris and Corey Silva, and we'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.